With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks. Today, looking at claims that China is offering members of the Uyghur Muslim community living in the West lucrative payments if they agree to spy for the government in Beijing. Britain's LBC Radio has acquired a telephone recording in which a suspected Chinese security officer can be heard offering a member of the Uyghur community in the UK thousands of pounds a month in exchange for information. Rahima Mahmood is UK director of the World Uyghur Congress.
There are Uyghurs charged with espionage in Germany, in Sweden. Uyghurs often being harassed. They say we can offer you a really good life, and your mother is with us. Your children with us. So it is this psychological torture, this kind of pressure that even though you escape from the country, but because your family members still live there, that is a kind of putting you in this kind of extreme difficult and upsetting situation.
The Chinese government disputes claims that inside Xinjiang province, Uyghur Muslims have been forced into so-called re-education camps and faced widespread torture and human rights abuses. China insists the Western narrative about the situation is the lie of the century. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, US President Joe Biden is in Poland, where he's expected to use a speech to paint the war in Ukraine as a battle between democracy and autocracy. China, meanwhile, has dismissed suggestions made by the US that it could be planning to offer military support to Russia. And searches are underway in Turkey after another earthquake hit an area close to the country's border with Syria. That's the latest feature story news. Laura Macon-Isherwood reporting.
Hi, I'm Micah Hanks, host of the Micah Hanks program, where every week we go in search of the most unusual things that our world has to offer. From unexplained aerial phenomena and ancient mysteries to the latest in science and technology, on every episode we take you down the rabbit hole with expert interviews from scientists and authors to those who have firsthand experience with the uncanny. Join us every Wednesday at 10 p.m. right here on KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting started on a Tuesday with my beautiful sister live from Mardi Gras. There you go.
Yes, I am.
Wow. So
I wish I had thought about it in advance. I would have gotten my Mardi Gras mask and stuff, but I wasn't that on the ball this morning. It was only Brad that reminded me, hey, you should put on your Mardi Gras beads and stuff for the radio show this morning. So I did that, but yeah.
Are those actual beads that you got from being in Mardi Gras at one point?
No, we've never been there. I think it'd be fun to go to New Orleans. I'm just not sure I'd want to be there during Mardi Gras.
It seems kind of crazy.
It does seem a little bit crazy. And I'm still a little paranoid post-COVID, that, I don't know, that's a lot of people to be around.
Well, once you take off your shirt, though, it's okay.
You just use it as a mask over your face.
That's right. Just pick it up, put it over your head, and breathe slowly.
Get some more beads.
All right. So you called it Fat Tuesday. Was that a slam?
Well, if the mask fits, wear it.
Oh, man. Here we go. Let's start off with a little weather this morning. Snow showers early this morning in Chula. Become steadier this afternoon. High of 38. Winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. You got a 100% chance of snow. Is this really Chula's forecast? It is. Down to 16 tonight. That means it's going to be icy with cloudy skies. Then, this is my snow. No. Wow, it's exactly like Maine's. I'm all kind of confused. So tomorrow, you have 23 and 6, mostly cloudy skies. No snow in the forecast. Partly cloudy for Thursday, 18 and 1.
Ooh.
Time to let the
yuck.
water drip again. Yeah, probably starting tonight. Friday, 26 and 7, mostly sunny. Saturday, 34 and 21, partly cloudy. Sunday, morning snow showers, 35 and 21. Then you're going to warm back up into the 40s next week. But this winter storm sweeping across the U.S. from one coast to the other. I've got 30 and 16 today under partly cloudy skies here in Maine. All of the New England states going to get hit hard. 35 and 7 for your Wednesday with partly cloudy skies here. Then I drop down to 15 and 9. The next day, 15 and -7. The next day, 14 and -2. Oh, it's going to be horrible. Horrible, horrible. And then I'm back to regular winter.
I mean, we're just about March, so this shouldn't be happening, should it?
I keep kind of quantifying it to myself, saying, quit complaining that winter just won't end, because it didn't start here till January. So we were kind of lucky there. I had green grass till January, so.
I want to say my first picture of snow, I'm trying to remember. I'll look it up during the break, but our first picture was either like the end of September or the end of October, and we have not lost snow on the ground since. So we have had winter, or at least, we haven't, after those initial few storms where we really got a bunch dumped, we really haven't had as much. Are you laughing because I said snorms?
No, I looked at today's lunch.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Oh, you just wait. All right. Sorry to laugh while you were talking. Sort of.
Oh, that's all right. You do it all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a funny girl.
No, I just thought you always laughed at me.
No. All right. Muffin variety today for the kids for breakfast. Cereal, fresh fruit juice, and then your choice of milk. That's your breakfast. And then for lunch, why I was laughing, pepperoni rippers.
Rippers?
Rippers. Pepperoni rippers.
Huh.
That sounds like
All right.
pizza at your house.
That's what all the teachers are going to be facing about a half an hour after lunch.
This sucks. I just started the show and I'm already crying. All right. Pepperoni rippers, some pizza sauce, I'm guessing, to dunk them in. Salad, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, and again, your choice of milk. Can somebody please send me a picture of a pepperoni ripper or post it on our Facebook page?
Oh, Lordy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Fun stuff.
Marian's checking in already this morning. She says she loves my background.
Ooh.
And she's hoping this is the last blast of winter. You and me both, sister.
Yeah, I'm thinking it probably is. It should be. I'll call it that way.
All right.
All right. Looking at the community calendar, today it is story time for the kids at the Chihuahua Public Library from 11:30 to 5. Tomorrow you've got in-person weekly tech help for those that are technically challenged between 3 and 5. And then looking ahead to the weekend, I see something on Saturday the 25th. It is the 26th annual Shimo Cup race benefiting the Fast. Let's see, my screen jumped. The Fast Racing Program. This is for alpine and snowboarding. Fun for all ages, prizes in all categories. And this is sponsored, I believe. Was this the one? Oh, no, that's next week. All right, that's going on up at the Ski Hill registration, 8:30 to 10 on Saturday. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead. Val, you said you had some jokes this morning. And
I do.
I'm gathering they're aimed at me, so go ahead. I think I'm ready. Let me do this first, though, to get ready.
Okay.
Brother jokes with Val this morning. Here we go.
You should probably also take off your feelings right now.
Take off my well, get out of my shirt here. I need to lose my shoes and my pants, too. Okay.
You know what? I think I'm the only girl that I know that hasn't said, Scott, you're like a brother to me.
Oh, ow. That's how you're going to start? Okay.
Can we just be friends?
Instead of siblings? Okay.
No, I just meant that's what girls usually say to you.
Yeah, can we just be friends?
You're like a brother to me. Can we just be friends? No.
That's cruel.
You know,
Yeah?
you're 5'4".
Yeah.
Just imagine if you were like a full brother instead of half a brother.
Oh.
I once got an Xbox for you. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Best trade I ever made.
Oh.
You know what? I am going to return your nose.
You are?
Yeah, I found it in my business again.
Oh no! We suck again!
Oh, you know what though? Don't worry about me anymore.
Okay.
Just worry about your eyebrows. And you're not stupid.
No?
I don't care what people say. No, you just have bad luck when you think.
It's true.
And you're also proof that evolution can go in reverse.
Really? De-evolving.
Yes, de-evolving. This kind of goes with the other one. Do you remember when you asked for my opinion? Or when I asked for your opinion?
No.
Me neither.
So I should stop giving them?
I say this to many people, but when you were born, I said, Earth is full, go home.
Okay.
And you know what?
What?
I'm not insulting you. I'm just describing you.
Short and dumb, it sounds like.
Oh.
All right, big round of applause. You skipped one. What, did you think it was too mean?
Well, that was really mean.
Really? Go
I
ahead.
thought so.
Please, I want to hear it.
All right. Scott, you're so ugly. You make blind youngsters cry.
Is it him? Is it the guy? Is it him?
Hey, I can tease you about being short and stupid, but not ugly.
Okay. Because that might run in the family.
I draw the line at some point.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. All right.
Oh.
Scary news headlines. Are you ready?
I don't know, I suppose.
Scary news headlines. First one, Russian President Vladimir Putin declared Tuesday that Moscow was suspending its participation in the New START treaty. This is the last remaining nuclear arms control pact with the United States, sharply upping the ante amid tensions with Washington over the fighting in Ukraine. Speaking in his State of the Union address, Putin also said that Russia would stand ready to resume nuclear weapons tests if the U.S. does so, a move that could end the global ban on nuclear weapons tests in place since Cold War times. Of course, that doesn't include North Korea. Explaining his decision to suspend Russia's obligations under New START, Putin accused the U.S. and its NATO allies of openly declaring the goal of Russia's defeat in Ukraine. He says they want to inflict a strategic defeat on us and try to get our nuclear facilities at the same time. We do?
We just want to stop your aggression.
And he added, in the context, I have to declare today that Russia is suspending its participation in the Treaty on Strategic Offensive Arms. New START's official name is the Treaty between the United States of America and the Russian Federation on measures for the further reduction and limitation of strategic offensive arms. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg voiced regret about Putin's move, saying that with today's decision on New START, full arms control architecture has been dismantled. He added, I strongly encourage Russia to reconsider its decision and respect existing agreements.
Wow.
More posturing.
More posturing. But, I mean, at some point, I hope his ego doesn't make him decide he needs to back up all this posturing.
I hope not. Scary
I
stuff.
hope not. It is. Between Russia and China right now, I don't know.
All right. If your heart feels funny and you've had COVID, you should probably go to the doctor. COVID says a new study saying COVID can cause damage to the heart on a cellular level that can lead to lasting problems, including irregular heartbeats, heart failure. Let's see. COVID effects on the heart have been well documented, but a new study zooms in on the microscopic changes thought to be caused by the virus. Researchers from Columbia University in New York City examined autopsied heart tissue from people who had COVID and found out that the infection damaged the way cells in the heart regulate levels of calcium, a mineral that plays an important role in how the organ contracts and pumps blood throughout the body. In another part of the study, the same damage was seen in mice with COVID. Findings presented Monday at the Biophysical Society meeting in San Diego. That sounds fun.
Well, and it's interesting how this virus has worked. I mean, there's evidence that there is some brain damage similar to what you see in an Alzheimer's patient for some of the most seriously ill on that. And now we're getting this data about the heart. I mean, it was a nasty one, or is a nasty one yet.
It says when a person is infected with COVID, the immune system launches a hefty inflammatory response in an effort to fight off the virus. That inflammation, the new study found, disrupts how calcium is stored in the heart. All right, kind of scary news there. All right, another one. I'm going to skip it. Florida's sinking.
Did you say sinking?
Sinking. So the archipelago islands that surround Florida, many people live on them. And, well, since Hurricane Irma, 5 years ago now, they say those islands have become unlivable and they're not going to get better. And they're going to be the first to sink. And they said Florida is kind of like the canary in a coal mine for global warming. We'll see the damages as climate change continues to happen in Florida first.
I just thought we were talking about politics there, but okay.
No, we're moving along. That was the end of that story.
Okay.
All right. We're going to skip that one. Wow, I'm skipping them all. Joe Biden going to Ukraine. Were you surprised?
No, I guess I wasn't. I mean, you can't imagine that he would be that close by visiting Poland and not hop over and see what was going on.
Right. Imagine going to Poland for Joe Biden is kind of like going home.
Oh, back in the day, remember back in the day it was all Polish jokes and blonde jokes?
Yes. In our family, it was Norwegian jokes, though.
Yes.
Did you hear the one about the Norwegian who lost his chewing gum in the chicken coop and thought he found it 5 times?
Oh, so bad.
So bad. President Joe Biden's motorcade slipped out of the White House around 3:30 on Sunday in the morning. No big flashy Air Force One for this trip. President vanished into the darkness on an Air Force C-32, which is a modified Boeing 757 normally used for domestic trips to smaller airports. Next time he turned up, it was 20 hours later, and he was in downtown Kiev. Biden's surprise 23-hour visit to Ukraine on Monday was the first time in modern history that a U.S. leader visited a war zone outside of a U.S. military base, a feat the White House said carried some risk, even though Moscow was given a heads up. Do you think that was a good idea to tell Putin, hey, Biden's going to Ukraine, don't bomb the capital?
I don't understand what that was about, letting Russia know. Is it like, hey, we've just painted a target? I wasn't quite... I don't know if they thought it would be more politically antagonistic if they didn't let them know, but I just thought that was weird.
Well, I think if you were to bomb Kiev and kill the U.S. president, that would be all-out war with America. I think people would freak.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Over the next 5 hours, President made multiple stops in town, ferried about in a white SUV rather than a presidential limousine. I wonder if it even had bulletproof glass.
Yeah, makes you wonder, huh?
He landed in Poland, had to take a 10-hour train ride. All right.
I thought it was interesting, too, that they sent him on the train.
Well, with bombs flying through the air, putting an aircraft up there might have made too much of a target.
I suppose.
All right. Biden's planned trip to Warsaw and the President's Day holiday provided obvious opening to tack on a stop in Kiev. A small group of senior officials at the White House and across U.S. national security agencies said about working in secret for months to make this happen. So it was a plan. They say the Secret Service tried to talk him out of it, and he said no.
All right.
All right. Special mission. What did they use for a call sign? It was Sam 60.
Sam 60?
Sam 60. They're way off. It should have been Sam 82.
Oh.
All right, here comes a public service message. This one's a warning for those of you that still might be using paper checks to pay bills or send money to others. You could be a victim of an old scam that's recently come back into fashion. It's called check washing. Have you ever heard of this?
You know, I have. Quite a while ago.
Okay, so check washing is when thieves steal checks you've written. You know, they might steal them out of your mailbox. All right, that's probably the easiest way to do it. Maybe I shouldn't have pointed that out. And then they use a special chemical solution to remove the ink from the amount and the payee lines of your check and write it in themselves. Kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
So they could use one of their checks to write a check from themselves. Of course, they're kind of throwing themselves under the bus there, but if they're quickly on the lam, how are you going to catch them? So check washing, steal your handwritten checks, remove part of the checks ink so they can rewrite payee amounts to steal your money. Black gel ink, they say, is the most difficult kind to remove from a check. So consider using only those type of pens when you write a check. So there's your cure for this.
There's, so many places now that won't even take a check. The ones that still do process them just like a credit card. I mean, it's taken immediately out of your account. But it really makes me mad, those few places that still require either check or cash, no credit cards or no debit cards. It's like, I think I have like a handful of checks left and I don't want to order anymore. And so, yeah.
I'm down to 2. And I thought, well, that should last me a year.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. So black gel ink is a good fix for that. You can mail. And then the other suggestion is to always mail a check payment from the post office or from a post office mailbox so that it's a little safer than putting out on the street. Also, they say consider switching to online bill pay to avoid being a victim. You realize this is geared toward old people, so that's probably not going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny. Anytime my mother and father-in-law need something that has to be paid for online, I always have to do it for them. It used to be I would have to use my card because they didn't want theirs used online, and then they'd pay me back. They finally gotten to the point where they will actually let me use their credit card to do stuff.
All right. Yeah, well, I want to risk your bank account, not mine.
Well, they know that I pay for everything online anyway, so,
One thing I bet you never do, though, and talking to a friend about this the other day and talking about public service stuff, you never buy anything on Facebook, do you?
No.
Yeah. So, and that's a warning out to people, too, is 90% of the things that are sold on Facebook are fake. When you see that there's an electric bicycle for $89, they usually cost about $1,700. It's a fake. I saw some ones yesterday that were like for electronics items that were $39 for stuff that cost $500. And one thing you can do when you see one of those is there's the 3 dots right beside it. Always, when you see one of those ridiculous ones, click on it, and then it'll open up and it'll say hide this ad, remove this ad, report this ad, and always report it because they're obviously fakes. Nobody's selling an electric bike for $89.
If I see something that I'm like, oh, wow, that's really cool, what I do is go elsewhere. Pop over to Amazon, see if they are selling it on Amazon and what the ratings are, because that'll let you know kind of the truth behind all of that. Or just pop on the internet, see if you can find it elsewhere and a more secure way to order.
Sure. Another thing is I know there's a couple apps out there that you can add to your browser on your desktop and probably your phone too, like Honey, which will, when you're going to buy something, it'll search it and tell you who's got the best deal, whether it's Amazon or eBay or Wayfair or something like that. But only shop on, established e-commerce sites that you know about. And Facebook is not one of them that's safe. And you can always, if you think you're not sure you've clicked on a link, always look up in your address bar on your browser and make sure it says Amazon.com and not something else. Keep yourself safe there.
Right. And what I do too, if there's a website that I've never ordered from and I've checked it out, I'm pretty sure it's legit, but I've never ordered from them. I want to make sure. I always use PayPal.
That way
because PayPal will, if there's an issue too, they will return your money and take care of stuff on their end as well. So yeah, I always use PayPal. That way I know that the company isn't getting my credit card information and things like that. So that's another little layer of protection.
And if you ever get stiffed by PayPal, what you want to do is and you're not getting anywhere by using customer service, what you want to do is go to the Better Business Bureau and lodge a complaint, because they will get back to you. Is that your phone buzzing constantly?
It is. I need to. Somebody's text messaging. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Move that.
It could be an emergency. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm sure Brad would come in the room if there was something really going on. I'm sure there's a group text message, and I wasn't sure if you were hearing the buzz, so I'm moving it now.
I wasn't sure if it was coming in from me internally or.
Yeah, and I had set my phone there so I could easily see if we had any comments on Facebook, and then it started going crazy. So.
All right. So anyways, turn PayPal into the Better Business Bureau, file a complaint there. Within 48 hours, you'll get a phone call for them. I had to do this a couple times years ago when I sold on eBay. It seemed any time that you sold an item that was a larger ticket item, maybe over $200, $300, there would always be some kind of issue where somebody was trying to run a scam, get it for free, that kind of stuff. And I think on 4 different occasions, I had to file Better Business Bureau complaints on PayPal. And each time, I've had my PayPal account for 20 years. Each time they would say, since you've been a customer for so long, we're going to make a one-time payment refund for you, to stay in good standing with you. And the 4th time they said that exact thing. She said, we're going to make a one-time refund. And I said, a one-time refund for the 4th time? Maybe you should just stop stealing my money.
Oh, shoot.
So there's a couple tricks for the trade. Moving along this morning, fishermen found a huge megalodon tooth in oysters pulled from Maryland's Chesapeake Bay. It's another ancient shark tooth, or so they think. Maybe it's not so ancient.
Maybe not.
Yeah, 7-inch megalodon tooth came out of the bay on February 10th, hidden in a load of oysters. That makes the tooth about a half-inch longer than the one found on Christmas Day by a 9-year-old girl in Maryland's Calvert Cliff State Park. Let's see. Mr. Rollins, who caught it, who was fishing, said, we dumped the load and it just plopped out on a pile of oysters. I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. It took a second to register what I was actually looking at. I picked it up and said, thank you, Jesus. It's a timepiece. Well, that's kind of cool. Rollins and the first mate, Jerry Jordan, found, that's fun to say, Jerry Jordan, found the tooth while dredging in 20 feet of water. He said it was about a mile or so south of the mouth of the Puckasinnet River in St. Mary's County. Measures over 5.5 inches. Another one said 7. She said that she has since taken it for analysis at the Calvert Marine Museum. So 2 of them found off Maryland so close together prompts me to say, what if we have a megalodon out there that's still alive? Because you think these would be buried under years and years of sediment.
You would think so. And it just, they say all the time we've got creatures in the ocean that we have no idea are down there. Same in the jungles. There's species of animals and plants that we still have not categorized. So, I could see them being one down there.
They say megalodons died somewhere. This is a widespread between 23 and 3.6 million years ago. But how have they found 2 teeth up at the surface?
Yeah, it seems pretty wild.
Yeah, so I think Maryland has a megalodon swimming around. So just like to say, don't go in the water.
No,
don't go in the water. Just don't do it. It's a bad idea. All right, let's move on to bits and breaks this morning. I've got a couple. Let's see if I can get to it from today first, and then we'll go to our cheat sheet, Val. First, let's see. 4 things you didn't know yesterday. Shortest commercial flight in the world. How long do you think the shortest commercial flight in the world is, Val?
20 minutes.
90 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. It's operated by Logan Air between the Scottish islands of Westray and Papa Westray.
90 seconds?
90 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, crazy. Species of jellyfish called the Pteropodus, also known as the immortal jellyfish, which is capable of regenerating itself and potentially living forever.
Oh, see? Now look. There's creatures like that out there. How do we know there's not a megalodon somewhere?
That's right. Earth is actually not a perfect sphere, but rather an oblate spheroid shape, meaning it is slightly flattened at the poles and bulging at the equator, much like me. Yes, that's right. I'm an oblate spheroid shape. Eat that, Jenny Craig.
That's right.
All right. Longest traffic jam in history occurred in China in 2010, lasted for 12 days, and stretched for 60 miles. At what point do you just abandon your car and walk off?
Yeah.
All right. Val, what do you got first today?
I have advice given by older people that is basically irrelevant now. I had
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Thank you. I couldn't get that word out. Get a secure job with a pension plan.
They don't offer those anymore.
Not very many, unless you're maybe going with a Teamster's job.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't waste your time on the internet. It's a distraction.
Oops.
Invest in real estate. It's a sure thing.
I would say that one's still good.
Right now, yeah. But you can't trust that the market won't fall out, or the bottom won't fall out of the market again.
You might have to wait, but I think it always comes, it's cyclic, so it's always going to come back around. And today is probably a horrible time to buy a house.
You know,
unless you can pay cash.
I kind of disagree with that statement and agree with you, because they're not making any more land. So what you have is a premium, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I think it's always good if you can do that long-term investment. Don't trust the stock market. It's too risky.
Got that?
This one I like. Completely not true anymore. Stay in school and you'll get a good job.
And I argue with people about that. I've even debated it with my own kids, saying, I still think it's better, even though the percentage of people that go to college and get a job in their chosen field is like only at 20%. I think even if it's just 2 years at a community college, I think that, especially when you're busting out into the job market, I think that's a huge bonus.
There's a lot of companies now that pre-pandemic, I should say, that at least required an associate's degree. They wanted to see that you had spent some time in school and, secondary education. So, yeah, and I don't think any education is wasted, even if that is ultimately not the field you choose to go in. I don't think any of it's wasted.
No.
So, but you certainly don't need it. I mean, my husband did really well in a Teamster's job and never had any secondary education. So,
I know someone making six figures that in their 20s and never went to college. So
yeah.
it is possible. I would say, though, from somebody, and maybe I'm too old school, but from somebody that's been in positions where I had to hire people before, if I've got two applicants I'm trying to decide on, and one of them has some college or a 2-year college, at least a year of it, I would tend to put more weight on that because it shows a commitment and it shows showing up.
I agree. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
All right. Let's see. Buy a house. It's a good investment.
Back to the same kind of real estate thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I kind of feel for the people that bought when the prices were high, but as long as you're not turning around to sell it right away, you're probably fine. Yeah, exactly. Focus on one career. It's the best way to be successful.
No, you got to have multiple skills in that bag.
Yeah. And when you look at, our parents, well, not our parents specifically, because they had multiple jobs and businesses and stuff, but it used to be in their generation that you might have that one job your whole life.
Yeah.
And you just don't see that anymore.
So in my skill bag, I have broadcasting. All right. And then, let's see, doorman, janitor. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, I think, we definitely had the janitor thing down. We got to clean, I got to clean motel rooms when I was in high school. I also had a job in a rock quarry outside of Chula when I was in high school.
That's right. That lasted only about 3 weeks, though, right?
It lasted Probably 2 months,
Okay.
but then I had so many bruises I couldn't move. I worked in a honey extraction plant.
That's weird.
Yeah. I did fast food,
Ooh.
receptionist, secretary, and then my final career was in IT.
Oh.
So, yeah.
What about
But
that pole dancing job?
You weren't supposed to tell about that. They fired me after a day.
One day.
One day. Please put your clothes on. Get out.
No, I had some, I took that experience we had growing up, mom and dad owning the motel in Chihuahua, and I took that and actually parlayed it into being a desk clerk through college and then managing apartment complexes and that kind of stuff. So that actually worked out. That was when I couldn't get a radio job, I always got a job in property management.
Oh, there you go.
So
Yeah.
So it came in handy.
Yeah.
All right.
And then finally, kind of, we've talked about this throughout this whole little bit here, is the other myth is you need a college degree to get a good job. And again, as you were saying, you don't. That's not necessarily true.
But it could be a bonus.
It could definitely be a bonus. I would, like I said, I don't think any education is wasted. So, yeah.
All right, a few more kind of in that same vein. This one says, if you're over 30, what's a good life advice? This first one says, after a certain point, people don't change. Take them as they are or don't, but don't waste trying to change them, especially in a relationship.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. What people think, say about you is none of your business and is completely a reflection of them and not you. So stop worrying about what people think.
Yeah, and I think that gets easier as you get older, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I think, when you're young, you definitely worry about what other people think of you. But yeah, as you get older, you're like,
Yeah.
I got enough friends. So if you don't like me the way I am, you can go somewhere else.
Yeah, and I don't care about how I dress from the waist down or what people think about it.
Especially when we're on the radio and all you see is the top out.
That's right. Wonder what I'm wearing? Ha! Even people who thought you were best friends can leave in an instant. Try not to take it to heart. Worst thing I think.
And I've lost it. I've left a couple good friends too. Don't take it to heart. I just realized our energy was no longer compatible.
Yes. So, and I've had two, and this has been really hard, and maybe other people have experienced it too, to deal with. Is I've had two people in my life that I would call best friends that turned and stabbed me in the back. And that's really that was a loss. It was hard to understand. It was hard to deal with, and yeah. And people I'd been friends with for years. So
Wow.
that's kind of weird.
Yeah. To leave in that manner.
Yeah.
Like the friendships I ended, it was like, I wish you no ill will. I want you to go. I want you to be happy. I'm not going to do anything to be mean about it. I just don't like your energy at this point.
You're toxic.
You're a little toxic. And, but yeah, it's just, yeah. I mean, we get that way. Hopefully we grow. I mean, we were talking about not being able to change people, but I think we grow, and what we're willing to put up with definitely changes.
I had a couple close friends that were substance abusers, whether it was alcohol or marijuana or something like that. But it got to a point where it went so far, I just didn't want to be around them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The way, they did change. Throughout these were long-term friends. They did change, but they changed for the worst.
Oh, and I think what I ran into with the people that I have kind of distanced myself from is mental health issues that they're not willing to deal with. And I'm not talking anxiety and depression. I'm talking some, borderline personality disorders that you really should get looked into. You need some therapy and medication and that type of stuff.
Yeah, I am not a therapist. I can no longer help you.
Exactly. And I'm not going to take your abuse that you dish out when you're, not dealing well with your mental health issues.
Yeah, I used to put up with a lot more when I was younger.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, we all have our quirks, and maybe we could all be diagnosed with some mental health issues. But if you're not willing to work on that in order to keep your relationships going, it makes it hard for people.
Yeah. I kind of threw marijuana in the lump there, but really, I would say like the couple of situations where I had where I exercised a close friend out of my life were always alcohol related. Excessive drinking, because a really drunk person is no fun to be around.
Where a really stoned person is, you can leave them watching TV on the couch, and they're not going to bother you.
And they're not going to pick a fight. They're not going to get mouthy. They're not going to want to go race a car. They're not. Yeah, they're just. Could you put on some Star Trek, please?
Little Family Guy.
Yeah. Hey, those are what I watch. Wait a minute.
Let's throw in SpongeBob.
Yeah. All right.
I think a couple people I know, it's the Bob's Burgers.
Okay, yeah. All right. Not liking confrontation isn't ever a valid excuse. No one likes confrontation. Sometimes you've got to push through the discomfort and say what needs to be said. I think that takes us back to, you can't change people, so move along. All right. Other things, life advice for over 30. No one really knows what they are doing. As a child, I used to look at 40-year-olds and think they had it all together. But once I got there, I realized they don't.
They just hit it well.
Yes. And then it's not your job to fix what's broken with someone, not even if you're longtime friends or related. Not your job.
And I think that goes back to what we were saying. You can't fix them. It's not your job to fix them. So if their energy is no longer compatible, the best thing you can do for yourself is to say, I can't do this anymore.
All right. Val, I'll let you skip the story. Well, maybe it's kind of good. You want to do the story about the video game husband, and then we'll discuss it.
Okay.
Discussed it.
Discussed it.
Yes.
All right. So for our listeners, think about how you would handle this guy. Well, I should say our female listeners. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into one of the weirdest relationship debates in the history of the internet. A man who is not a pilot posted on Reddit that he is upset with his wife for not introducing him as a pilot during a party with her coworkers. Yeah, okay. Apparently, the fact that he has spent thousands of dollars on flight textbooks and flight sim games and gear and has over 500 hours on simulators makes him a pilot in his own mind. Some might see this. Yeah.
Doctor.
Well, some might see this as a harmless little quirk. It has caused quite the stir on the internet, with people taking sides and declaring who is the real jerk in this situation. The man argues that he deserves to be called a pilot because of his passion and knowledge, while his wife thinks he's being completely ridiculous. Yeah, like you said, so do I introduce you as a doctor because you've looked at anatomy books? I mean,
I've studied anatomy a whole bunch.
So, yeah, I'm sure you've tried.
Doctor.
You've only looked at the pictures, though.
Yeah, doctor. I'm a doctor.
So introduce him as somebody who has a deep interest in being a pilot or something like that.
Here's my husband. He's studying to be a pilot.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to side with the wife. That's completely ridiculous to introduce your husband as a pilot at
when
that
he's
point.
Not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like is this Santos?
Yeah, can you imagine if she did and somebody says, and who do you fly for? Microsoft?
Oh. What kind of pilot? A video pilot?
All right, let's see. I'm going to skip sign she's into you. Oh, sign she's not into you. She crosses her arms. Oh. She places a bag between the two of you.
A bag? Oh, like her purse or something.
Yes, you can't get too close.
Okay.
She speaks faster than an auctioneer. Let's see. She offers you a chin-up smile. All right. Though it's tempting to interpret any old smile as a sign of interest, all smiles are not created equal. The secret to decoding what her smile really means, it's all in the chin placement. A woman who gives you a relaxed chin down, soft smile is smitten. A full-on toothpaste grin or a stiff and polite smile, both of which generally involve the chin raised up, mean either I like you as a friend. Oh, no, we're back to that one. Or I want to get out of here.
I have a friend that's like, when you smile, that one smile, I know that it's all you can do to tolerate that person in that moment.
And that's the same look while you're looking at me during the show?
No, it's a genuine smile for you, brother.
So I had a sign one time I was on a date, and she got up. We both got up and went and used the bathroom. And when I came back, I sat on the picnic table right next to where she had been sitting and her drink. And when she came back from the bathroom, she sat on the opposite side of the picnic table and moved her drink. And that's when I thought, loser.
Well, at least you weren't drinking out of her drink when she got back.
Oh, now I wish I would have done something. By the way, I put my tongue in that.
Stirred it with your finger.
Yes, let me stir that for you.
We have a friend who would make you a cocktail and then stir it with his finger.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I don't know if he thought that alcohol would kill the germs, but we finally gave him so much grief about doing that, he stopped.
Oh, all right. Let's see. KCHW Chihuahua. We got the top of the hour right there, so I thought I'd throw that in at 1:08. Do you want to do that? Signs you're officially an adult?
Okay. We're talking real adults here.
Real adults.
Not the day you turn 18. Yeah. Okay. You buy toilet paper and paper towels before you actually need them. There's a lot of people I know that still aren't adults.
My paper towel rolls out right now. No planning here.
No. You have an expensive coffee maker.
Nope, I drink it I use instant out of a jar.
I'll go back to the toilet paper and paper towel thing, though. Pre-COVID, you might get down to your last, 8-pack or whatever before you go buy them, and now it's you must be prepared at all times. There needs to be 2 great big Costco packs in the basement at all times.
All right.
Oh, and speaking of the coffee cup thing, I decided it's my fault inadvertently that we've got storms moving in, because my coffee cup looks like this.
Move it in front of your face.
Oh, it's got
snow on it. You're pure evil. You're pure
I'm sorry.
Evil.
I'm really sorry. I noticed that earlier. So please.
Great.
I'm sorry.
Great.
How about this one? Oops. Wait, I got to get back to where I was. You put a bowl of lemons in your kitchen.
Now, I actually have this. I have a bowl on the counter, and that's where I put my lottery tickets.
Oh.
They're lemons.
Lemons. At least you didn't throw your car keys in there.
That's right.
Your mattress is in the middle of the wall instead of in the corner.
Yeah.
That generally means you have somebody crawling in on the other side, so...
I have mine. Mine's in the middle, just in hopes.
You get angry if your parents try to give you money. I'm still not an adult. I'm still not an adult, evidently.
Yeah.
When you drink quality liquor with no mixers.
Yuck.
Ooh, yeah. Good glass of Jameson.
I think that might make you a drunk. Just saying.
Well, ice is a mixer.
Oh, Val. Look at the justification going on here.
When you ditch the hand-me-down vacuum and actually read reviews to buy the best one out there. Ew,
I'm too cheap
I've done
for that.
that.
I'm too cheap for that.
Oh, nothing's worse than a vacuum cleaner that makes your house smell funny because it's so old.
Oh. Yeah, there's filters, Val. You can change those. Just saying.
Oh,
you
not
don't
on
need to
some
buy
of
a
the...
new vacuum each time.
Have you had one of those old Kirby's? There's no filters on those things. They're disgusting.
So take one of
And
those.
heavy.
Take one if you've got an old Kirby. Take one of those cheap spotlights you get from the hardware store, just the dome with the silver dome. Put a 100-watt light in it, plug it in, and shine it on the bag of your Kirby and turn it on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a hurricane dust storm. You know how when the sun comes through the window, you can see the things floating in your air? You don't see it because there's not enough bright light when you're vacuuming or whatever. But if you hit that bag with a light, it's just pouring out like 30% of what goes in.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
For somebody
why
that
it
has
smells
allergies.
so bad.
Yeah, it's you're smelling old people's skin.
So Brad's mom hurt her back and had to have back surgery, so she can't vacuum. So
Is that when he
Brad's been
pushed her?
going. Yeah. So Brad's been going over and vacuuming his mom's house and cleaning the bathroom and stuff for her. And so the first time he goes to vacuum, he's like, "Mom, when was the last time you changed your bag on this vacuum?" And she goes, "Well, I don't know." So he goes to change the bag. He said it's so full, crammed full, that there's like no room for like a dust mite in it anymore. And he's like, "Mom, this is horrible. No wonder why it stinks when you vacuum." And I think it's an old Kirby.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so bad, so bad. Yeah. All right, I'll continue on. I digress again. When you have to be out of the house by 7 p.m. or you're staying in, that's just called getting old, not being an adult.
That's right.
Oh, and then you get old like us and you hate to drive in the dark. So this time of year, you're like, "I'm sorry, I must leave your home by 4:30.
Yes.
When you buy expensive coasters.
Huh.
Have you ever bought an expensive coaster?
No, I have 4 coasters, but they're Star Trek coasters, so I don't use them.
Because you don't want them to be ruined.
Exactly.
There's not many times you have tables now that you have to worry about. It's not like the old days where it was real wood and the finish, and when you sat a wet cup on it or hot drink, it would leave the rings. There's not many tables like that anymore. So, all right. When you tell people to take off their shoes upon entering your home.
Val.
When you stop caring about the cost of food.
You should have just erased that one. Everyone's worried about the cost of food now.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
When you go multiple months straight without missing a student loan payment. Did you have student loan payments?
I did. It took forever to pay off. Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, I've got friends in their 30s who are still paying on their student loans. It's horrible.
And I don't know how, so I got a government student loan, which within 6 months was sold to like Sally Mae or something like that. And so it went from this low interest student loan, government loan, the first payment you miss, which, when you're in your 20s, that's pretty easy. The interest shot up to like 16%.
Oh.
Yeah. So thank you for the government loan. That took me 10 years to pay off.
No kidding.
Yeah.
When your hangover lasts for 3 days.
Oh.
And it's because you had 2 drinks.
Last time I tied one on, it was probably about 15 years ago that I really tied one on. And when I so at that time I was 40, and when I woke up, I was like sitting on the edge of my bed, just going, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God! How did I do this in college and get up and go to work and go to class? And oh man, I'm going back to bed. Somebody bring me some Tylenol."
I know, it hurts so bad when you get older.
Yeah.
When you're always wondering how you hurt your back or your neck.
I can tell you shouldn't have picked that up.
For me, it's my knee. Oh, my knee.
My knee. Oh, my leg.
What do you think are some other signs that you have reached adulthood?
I don't know. Here's the sad part is I still don't think of myself as an adult. I look in the mirror and say, "Who's that old guy?" Because I'm 16, baby.
I'm coming up on 59 here next month, and I'm like, when did this happen, and how come I still feel like I'm 29? I don't know. You just at some point forget that you've gotten as old as you've gotten.
Wow.
Unless your back hurts or your neck hurts or your knee hurts, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
You're turning 59 this March?
I am.
Oh my God, that's so
Yeah.
old, Val.
I know it. And Brad's going to have his big 60 this year. So,
wow,
yeah.
wow. I want to avoid those. All right.
The only way to do that.
Well, we've been awful long-winded. We better go to break and thank our sponsors and play a little news. Real quick check Facebook. You know, we were talking about shopping on Facebook and how dangerous purchasing things on Facebook is. And Marion piped in and she said she's gotten scammed twice on Facebook, once for moccasins and once on a camping tent. So, yeah, don't buy stuff on Facebook. That's all we're saying.
Oh, they're so enticing sometimes, though. It's like, oh, that's so cool.
Really,
really.
an entire speedboat for $100.
Or 3 easy payments.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about Marketplace. Marketplace is, skip as long as you're not clicking on the paid ads on Marketplace and you're actually getting used stuff. That's pretty safe. I've bought a lot of stuff on Marketplace. So.
I don't think people often realize, though, the need to kind of look for that stuff that's sponsored. And that's the same on Marketplace. It's the same when you do a Google search. The first few links that come up are sponsored ads. Is that really what you want to be looking at? So kind of pay attention.
Though. If
it
it's
might
a reputable company, it might be a good deal and everything. You just got.
It might be. Just be aware that they've paid to be in that position.
And if you're not sure about the websites, Google it, because if people have been taking advantage on that website, you might have to wade through some posts, but you'll find out.
For sure.
For
All
sure.
right. Our public service announcements for today.
That's it. We're going to break. When we come back, we've got odd news, trivia, and some more fun for you, but you got to stay right here. KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
Come on, stab, not tickle. Hit me. Put that cookie down. Now!
We better get used to herding goats.
It's 8:19.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring. Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like Southwind, Deltile, Mannington, and Mohawk. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com. Call 509-935-8021 or via email through chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
KCHW programming is made possible by listeners like you and by
New Health. At New Health, we are committed to promoting health and wellness within our communities by providing integrated, open-access healthcare for all. Our medical care teams offer in-person visits, curbside care, and telehealth visits. Schedule today for a new patient appointment. Curbside pharmacy pickup and mailing options are available to meet your medication needs. Contact New Health at 509-935-6004. That's 509-935-6004 to schedule today, or visit our website at newhealth.org for a location nearest you. New patients are welcome, and most insurance plans are accepted, including Medicare, Apple Health Plans, TRICARE, and private insurance. New Health, celebrating 45 years of bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, February the 21st, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. The American Academy of Pediatrics says about a third of American kids live in homes with a gun, and of these households, 43% contain at least one unlocked firearm.
In Jefferson County, school officials have voted to include secure firearms storage information in schools' student behavior and intervention handbook, which will be distributed to parents. Volunteer with the Louisville chapter of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America, Betty McKinty, says it's important to normalize conversations about gun safety among families, and adds that there are resources available for parents to ask about the presence of guns in the homes of their child's friends.
What about pets? What about allergies? And then you just ask, also, if you are a gun owner, you may say, we own guns and we have our guns secured. Do you own guns? If so, are they secured?
According to research from Everytown Research and Policy, more than 70% of school shooters acquired their firearm from the home of a parent or close relative. The Be Smart gun storage program encourages parents and adults to secure all guns in their homes and vehicles, model responsible behavior around guns, ask about the presence of unsecured guns in other homes, recognize the role of guns in suicide, and tell peers to be smart. Nadia Ramlagan reporting.
In an average year, nearly 800 folks in Kentucky die by guns. And in 2020, more than half of clinician-supervised abortions in the U.S. were done with a combination of two medications, one of which could be banned nationwide as early as Friday.
A Trump-appointed judge in Texas is set to decide a lawsuit brought by anti-abortion activists asking him to force a common abortion medication off the market in all 50 states. Approved 23 years ago by the Food and Drug Administration, the conservative group claims the drug mifepristone comes with medical risks. Smith College professor Carrie Baker says data shows the opposite.
All the research shows that mifepristone is safer than Tylenol, way safer than Viagra. It really should be over the counter, but it's because of abortion politics that it is kept restricted.
Speaking on the floor of the U.S. Senate last week, Oregon Senator Ron Wyden called on the federal government to ignore the Texas judge's ruling should it favor halting access to abortion pills. I'm Roz Brown.
This story produced with the original reporting from Carrie Baker for Ms. Magazine. An explosion tore through an Ohio metals plant Monday, scattering molten metal and debris that rained down on neighboring buildings and injuring at least 14 people, mostly with burns. That from Reuters. This is Public News Service. And lawmakers in the state of Maine are considering a bill.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
All right, that one was an oopsie. We're back. It's KCHW 102.7. You got Scott and Val on a Tuesday. All right, I should put us back up on the screens. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or the website, we do have video feeds on those three platforms. Don't forget, you can also listen on TuneIn, the TuneIn app on your phone, Radio Deck, and if you've got a non-Apple phone, you can go right to our website. There's a little player on the home page and the listen page that will deliver audio only. So a bunch of different ways you can listen to KCHW.
You have no excuse.
No excuse.
Not to listen.
All right. I took a look. We got no local birthdays today, but Val, could you deliver some of those celebrity birthdays for Tuesday, the 21st of February?
It's the 21st. Yeah, it is the 21st, isn't it? Holy moly. Tyne Daly from Cagney and Lacey is 77 today.
That was the worst TV show, Cagney and Lacey.
Yeah. Well, neither one of them was very cute. So, it wasn't like Charlie's Angels where everybody wanted to watch him.
The total opposite of Charlie's Angels.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat, and so I had a cough drop in my mouth. Let me take that out a second.
All right. I call it grandmas with guns. Sorry.
Anthony Daniels, who was C-3PO in Star Wars films, is 77 today.
He's lucky he never gained weight.
Yeah, no kidding. William Peterson from CSI is 70. Kelsey Grammer is 68.
Every time I hear his name, I always want to say, what's that white stuff under your nose? I'm sorry.
It's funny how some of these they have to tell you, who they are and what they played in, but Kelsey Grammer evidently needs no introduction.
True.
Titus Burgess from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is 44. Here's one for Scott. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yes.
44 today. 44. Be a much younger woman for you.
How'd you know I kind of liked her?
Well, what guy doesn't?
Oh, that's true. All right.
Because I know my husband thinks she's pretty cute.
Are you saying I'm like all guys?
You are. Actor-director Jordan Peele, who did Get Out and Us, is 44.
And he did his new one, Nope.
Nope.
Have you seen Nope yet?
I saw Nope. It was okay.
Oh, really? I'm saying yes to Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ashley Greene from Twilight is 36. Elliot Page from Inception and the Umbrella Academy is 36. Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones is 27. And celebrity offspring Prince Michael Jackson, nicknamed Blanket. Sorry, dude.
Wow.
Is 21 today.
Wow, what a horrible nickname.
Oh, well, for one, I mean, you can go by Prince or you can go by Blanket.
Yeah, and how come our family gave you just a fine nickname, Jeans?
Yeah.
And then how come I got the horrible one?
Well, I think a lot of Scots get that nickname.
Scooter?
Yeah. Don't you think?
When somebody called me that nickname, though, I just pictured myself scooting across the carpet.
Like Peppy, our dog?
Yeah, that darn poodle. All right.
Well, I was Jeans or Jeannie because Dad said I wouldn't wear a dress. I always wore blue jeans. So that's how I ended up with the Jeans or Jeannie. So.
And that's your middle name too, so.
Middle name is Jane.
Is Jane? I've always thought it was Jean.
No, it's Jane.
What?
Yes.
No, I think you're messed up there. Wow.
It's Deb Hausauer had that very same argument with me one time. I'm like, because she always called me Val. She always called me Val Jean. I'm like, my middle name is actually Jane.
You're telling me I'm 56 and I had your middle name wrong the whole time?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. You know what I have to do?
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, you learned something new about your sister today.
Wow. I think you told me that once before, and I just pushed it out of my mind because I didn't believe it then either. Wow. Wow. I wonder if there's any other idiots out there on the planet that don't know the middle name of their sibling. Wow. Show's over, folks. Bye. All right. It happened today. We like to call it history. We're going to start off in 1878. It was a great year. It was the first telephone directory. Oh, how big was it? 1 page. Covered 50 subscribers in New Haven, Connecticut. All right. 1885, newly completed Washington Monument was dedicated. 1948, NASCAR was incorporated. All right, 1958, peace symbol was designed and completed by Gerald Holtham, commissioned by Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament in protest against the Atomic Weapons Research Establishment.
Oh, I wonder what it was supposed to represent when he did that.
Yeah, peace. 2008 daytime talk show, Oprah Winfrey introduced her audience to a new word, schlumpadinka. Oprah created the word to describe a woman who had completely given up on how she looks. Yep, she's a schlumpadinka. Wow.
Oh.
2011, professor from New York University had an experimental life blogging camera removed from his head after his immune system rejected the camera implant.
Oh, my goodness.
Which prompts me to say, what goes on in that head of yours?
I want to know where the camera aperture was. I mean, was it?
I hope it was in the center of his head, like the third eye.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Was it like right there?
And it's watching you.
Yeah, and recording everything you do and say.
Creepy. Ugh.
Wow.
Ugh. Huh.
The ugly people know who they are.
So do the stupid ones.
Yeah. 2017, concerned over the impact of Donald Trump's presidency on science, stress balls with the message, stay calm and research, were sent to U.S. scientists by researchers in the UK. Oh.
They felt sorry for them.
Who didn't? I mean, who didn't?
Yes.
Right.
The look on Fauci's face sometimes.
Give him the Fauci look.
Yeah.
2019, Lunar Library, a 30 million page library of books, data, images, and copy of Wikipedia, was launched to the moon aboard an Israeli lander.
Interesting.
We've got Israelis on the moon?
Ooh.
Huh. All right. Let's see. 2021, English woman Jasmine. 21 became the youngest woman to row across the ocean, arriving in Antigua as part of the Atlantic Challenge after 70 days, 3 hours and 48 minutes. She says, lockdown means nothing to me. All right. Special events from Val. First one, give us an education, too.
Mardi Gras begins. We were talking before the show today about, what actually is Mardi Gras. And it just seems like Lent begins soon. And so it was your last chance to drink and overindulge and, eat all these foods you're not supposed to eat during Lent. So it was like your last chance to party hardy before you had to be good.
Ooh. And if you haven't logged on to the video feed, Val's got her Mardi Gras beads on and
yeah,
Mardi
got
Gras
my beads.
background.
Yeah.
She's all Mardi Gras. All right. What else do you...
Pre-COVID, we used to have a huge Mardi Gras party, but,
Yeah. How long has it been since you've thrown a party, Val?
Probably Mardi Gras 2020, maybe.
Yeah, because I remember showing up at your house going, it looks like everybody from Deer Park is here. It's like you'd throw rock concerts. I can't believe you'd fit all those people in your house, too.
I know. Back when you didn't care that you were, elbow to elbow.
Did you go through party withdrawals?
Yeah, but not to the point where I'm quite ready to have one yet. I have been telling people we are having a huge 60th birthday bash for Brad, but his birthday is July 6th, and so we can be outside for the most part. So hang out in the backyard and on the patio and stuff. So it's kind of will be our first big party since COVID.
You should start saving now so you can send me a plane ticket to come home.
Okay.
Okay. All right. What else do you have for special events today?
Oh, Pancake Day.
All right. Not even
Followed immediately by Grain-Free Day.
A grain-free pancake.
And then surrounded by Sticky Bun Day.
I want a pancake wrapped in bread, wrapped in a sticky bun.
That's right. How about a muffin thrown in there, too?
It's a trifecta, and you ruined it now with a muffin.
And then, as opposed, I guess, to multitasking, it's Single Tasking Day.
Oh.
Focus on just one thing.
Single tasking.
Which, I don't know. I mean, you can't do that. You're running the radio station. You've got all these different, buttons to push and sliders to slide. And I'm trying to keep track of Facebook. So it's kind of hard to single task right now for us.
It is. and then I'm trying to like do some cabins for B&B. So,
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that because I've only ever had 2 jobs in my a life that I liked, and one of them was broadcasting, and the other one was managing a campground.
Huh,
So
nice.
you know, when I found what I really liked about that, as far as, you know, you go, oh, that's a job where you got to deal with people. But the thing about camping is 99% of everybody you run into is happy because they're on vacation.
You know, the only thing that could mar that, though, because I've seen it, is a wife trying to help her husband back in the trailer or the motorhome that can quickly ruin your little camping trip.
You know, the one I ran, though, we drove everybody to their campsite with a golf cart. And then we got off the golf cart and we directed them into their site. So that saved the husbands a lot of stress.
Oh, no kidding. On the wives.
Yeah. Then there was a few times where somebody just give up and go, "Can you park these?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Exactly. Yeah. So anybody whose spouses that have camped together, you know what I'm talking
or
about.
backed in a boat to the lake. It's always entertaining too.
Yes.
All right.
That was pre-backup cameras and all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah. And you know, I guess if you were young, I was younger and hipper, but backup cameras just scare me. I'm still looking over my shoulder. I don't trust it.
Oh, really? Because I think it'd be so nice as we get older and you kind of lose some depth perception and all of that. Yeah, it's nice.
No, when we were visiting, we were driving a brand new Toyota RAV, and the backup camera freaked me out. The thing that was nice about it, though, is if there was anything moving behind the car, it gave an alarm, which was, I can imagine that's stopping a lot of back-end accidents. That's a cool feature.
Yes.
All right. Something else that will stop accidents. Playing trivia on KCHW.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
If you want to help Val, you have to yell loud.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Because she's way out in Deer Park and she might not be able to hear you.
Can I phone a friend?
You could text a friend probably. I don't know how well phoning would work, but yeah, you could,
All right.
you could text a friend, I guess.
All right, Marion, stand by.
You gonna text her?
She's commenting on Facebook and she says she refuses to help anyone back up a trailer.
Yeah, but she also
Just a
said
heads
she
up
has
for anybody out there.
She also said last segment that she had brain fog from COVID, so.
I think she said her residents had brain fog from COVID.
Sorry, Marion. Where am I?
Look who has brain fog.
Yo, I had brain fog before COVID.
Oh, I want to use that as my excuse for not getting stuff right on trivia.
Ooh, all right. Brain fog.
Brain
all right.
fog.
First one for Val. Person. The people of Argentina drink more. So per person, I guess. The people of Argentina drink more of this than any other country. The U.S. is second. Chile is third. What are they drinking?
Well, you think Argentina would be coffee.
No, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Okay. Argentina is the most, then us. Milk.
I was just going to say it's not milk, Val.
Oh.
And it's not
Soda?
alcohol. Soda. There you go. Soda. Good job. Only took 3 tries. Woo.
Well, I think I hit on a lot of things that
You
people drink
did.
a lot of, though.
Yeah, especially for somebody with brain fog.
I know it.
Yeah.
I could actually form words.
Mostly. According to a survey, about 1 in 4 Americans never use what? I'm one of them.
Deodorant.
Yes. Good job.
Oh, it's when Scott comes in for a hug. Take a deep breath first.
No, I'm gonna overshare. I really have no hair in my armpits, so they don't sweat. And I don't know why I have no hair in my armpits. One of my ex-wives used to tell me it's because I wasn't fully developed.
But I think people have different ways they sweat and how stinky it is.
Yes.
Because I had 2 high school boys who never stunk like sweaty boys. And then some of their friends would come over and you'd like be, holy moly, that's awful. So Brad doesn't, his perspiration isn't generally stinky. Mine isn't unless we stress sweat. And I'm not kidding you, stress sweat has a different smell than exercise sweat or exertion sweat. And I'm going to look it up because this is from personal experience.
God.
Stress sweat stinks.
That isn't stress sweat. You got scared and peed yourself.
No, it's stress sweat.
Okay. I never heard that term before. All right. Stress.
Look it up, Scott. Look it up.
It's a thing on the internet.
It's a thing.
All right. Maybe we just have a non-stinky gene. Or maybe it's just we can't tell, but other people can. Hey, you should really use some deodorant.
We've got our friend, Brad, a friend of Brad and I, who doesn't use deodorant, and he has stinky sweat, and it's not pleasant.
Well, I have, I think part of my problem is my skin disease, and I don't sweat. I don't ever sweat. So like if I go out in the sun, direct sunlight, and work or do something strenuous, I will pass out. Because I forget to pant. Like a dog, that's how dogs.
Okay,
I forget to
cool
pant.
off.
Yeah, I forget to pant, and I get all dizzy and lightheaded and have to go in. Serious. It's serious.
Oh.
Yeah, I forget
Okay.
to pant.
Do you have to tell a girlfriend that, and you're like, full disclosure, I have to pant.
By the way, I'll be stopping in about 10 minutes, and I'll need 5 minutes to pant.
Oh, you're lucky you're not a woman with hot flashes then, because you would pass out 3 times a day.
What's kind of funny, too, is you scratch me on the right spot on the neck, I start to pant, too.
Your leg starts kicking like that.
Yeah, look out. Look out. Look out. All right. Typical amateur runner does this about every 600 miles.
Replaces their shoes.
No way. No way. Good job. All right. What's in common? 3 things. You tell me what they share in common. West, house, car.
West, house, car. I'm not putting it together.
A place close to Florida.
Keys.
Keys is right. Jungle, shoes, class.
Jungle, gym.
Flower, pepper, wind.
Flower, pepper, mill.
Right. Rain, winter, fur.
Rain, winter, fur. Coat.
Bobby Flay, Guyata, Rachel Ray.
They are TV chefs.
And search, birthday, wedding.
Search, birthday, wedding.
It's your favorite word.
Wine?
Close. So close.
Oh, I don't know. You're going to have to give me this one. My brain just quit.
Search, birthday, wedding, wine.
Wine?
Party.
Oh, party.
No parties for you, though.
Party. Okay.
Good. Party. Partay. Right.
Partay.
Partay.
You got to be classy. Call it partay.
That's right. According to a medical study, 28% of adults admit to doing this. Something you would do with the doctor.
20%, you said?
Yes, according to a medical study, 28% of adults admit to doing this with their when talking to their doctor.
Oversharing.
No.
It's doing this with their doctor. Is it a bodily function?
Wow.
You are an idiot. Let's see. I'm going to go with calling them by their first name.
Nope. We're looking for lying.
Oh, well, it's got to be more than 20%. When they ask you how many drinks you have every night, who tells the truth? I mean, really?
4 glasses of wine.
Everybody rounds down.
Yeah, 4 glasses of wine, but they're really small.
Small ones.
Tiny glasses.
Or you can say 1 glass and he doesn't know it's a 12-ounce pour instead of a 5.
Just one really
Just
big
one.
glass of wine.
I've got a glass that holds a whole bottle.
All right, I've got a riddle. It's going to be tough.
Riddle me this. I don't like riddles. Okay.
All right. It's true I bring serenity and hang around the stars, but yet I live in misery. You'll find me behind bars. With thieves and villains I consort. In prison I'll be found, but I would never go to court unless there's more than one.
Oh my gosh, it's so long too. It's kind of hard to remember it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, read it one more time, I guess.
Okay. It's true I bring serenity and hang around the stars, but yet I live in misery. You'll find me behind bars. With thieves and villains I consort. In prison I'll be found, but I would never go to court unless there's more than one.
Oh my goodness.
Unless there's more than one court.
Unless there's more than one court. I hang around the stars. I was trying to think maybe like somebody would hang around like not the stars in the sky, but like celebrity stars.
No.
Would that? Nope.
No.
It's up in the.
No.
Okay.
It's much more simpler.
Okay. I'm never going to get it. So.
Okay. So if there was more than one court, you'd call it a what? Or you would call them what?
More than one court, you'd call them. You're leading me by the nose and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
I used up all my stuff earlier. All my brain power.
Courts.
Oh, like basketball courts or.
And we're looking for the letter S.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Oh, holy cow.
Yeah, so it's true I bring serenity. I hang around the stars, but yet I live in misery. You'll find me behind bars. So bar. All right. In prison I'll be found, but I'll never go to court unless there's more than one. Courts. All right, there you go. All right.
Oh, bad.
I tried. All right. We're running late on time. We better wrap it up with the good stuff. We call it the Stupids.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Oh, with your daily odd news, we always deliver the news attack where the first sentence is true and the second sentence is a really bad joke or a big fat lie. And Val kicks it off today.
Oh, thanks for leaving me with like the stupidest joke and stupid jokes. In a survey, air travelers said complimentary snacks are not important to them if they can save money on their flight. Yeah. So last time I went home, I flew like a really no-frills airline. And when someone had to go to the bathroom, they just landed the plane.
That's better than opening the door.
That would have been a better joke.
That's what you should have said. You can change them. It's okay. You don't have to do
I just couldn't come up with something funny. You got it.
When I flew back to see you, I actually got meals, and they were the worst ever. I mean, there was this one like cold salad, and I don't know what the things. I didn't recognize anything in the salad, and it looked like a meal that should be served warm. I have no idea what it was. It kind of looked like corned beef hash.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, but it had some red and almost purple little balls of things in it. Yeah, and it was disgusting. And Lindsay ate all of hers, and then I went to the bathroom to throw up.
Oh.
It was so bad. But
go ahead.
Here's the funny thing, though, is the best things in the in-flight meals was the cookies. And yes, I ate them, and I don't eat cookies. But when the rest of the meal is disgusting, you're like, I guess I got to eat this cookie.
So we traveled back to North Dakota last fall and rode the train. and we got a sleeping car. And with the sleeping car, you got free meals in the dining car. And that food was really good.
Huh.
And I was kind of shocked. I thought it was going to be disgusting, but oh my gosh, the dessert they had this white chocolate raspberry cheesecake or blueberry cheesecake. Oh my God.
Well, the look on your face right now, wow.
Oh, it's so good.
Simmer down, Val.
I want one of those pieces again. It was so good.
Likely presidential candidate Ron DeSantis gave a speech in New York City on Monday, President's Day. He then toured the New York City Public Library and was shocked by all the books.
Was he wanting to prosecute librarians right there and then?
Yeah. Burn these books!
Oh, what century are we in?
DeSantis.
Well, Joe Biden's journey inside Ukraine was within Russia's weapons engagement zone. This means a 10-hour train ride was quite dangerous.
No.
But for Joe, they were filled with lots of naps.
We're there? Two goats in Texas wandered into a Target and spent a few minutes perusing the aisles. They spent more than $100 before leaving. Even goats can't help buying things they don't need from Target. Oh, and a word for the staff?
We better get used to herding goats.
Yeah, Target goats is another name for people. Okay, sorry.
They really take a long time at the self-checkout, though.
Did you see that? I added a bunch of extra jokes to that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, if my brain would work that fast, it'd be fine. Someone bought an unopened first-generation iPhone for $63,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it was worth it, though, because back then they came with a charging cord and earbuds.
It's true. All right, random fact. Sharks get cancer, just like in humans. Yes, just like in humans. The death rate is higher for sharks who smoke, although it's not always from cancer. Part of it's because the non-smoking sharks make them get out of the water to light up. What if it was true, Val?
What if it was?
Yes.
Oh, you better be careful. They might smoke you like a cigar if they get you in the ocean.
Because I'm small.
One of those stubby cigars.
Oh.
Yeah. A scientific report found that even the deepest part of the ocean is heavily polluted.
Huh.
There's nothing sadder than a fish with asthma.
All right. U.S. border officials intercepted a bug never seen in the country. The insect Corommelania palmarea was in a shipment of cut flowers from Mexico. If the NFL adds a new team, I think Corommelania palmera should be a good name.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
We can just call him Corpal.
Ooh, see? It's going to work out.
I think it's going to work out really well.
All right. Back to the news. We have Wacky But True. We don't add anything to these stories. The idiocy is self-contained, but you might get a movie sound effect. And back to the goats.
Oh, back to the goats. Excuse me, those two goats we were talking about who wandered into that Target in Harris County, Texas.
Yes.
The goats were contained by an employee and a shopper. The goats had not yet been claimed and will remain in the custody of the local sheriff's office before being put up for auction or donated to charity.
And now a word from the two new cops at the sheriff's office.
We better get used to herding goats.
Yeah.
I think they left out the third option for the goats.
Milking them?
Oh, four.
Four?
Auction, donated, milking, or slaughter.
Can you eat? Is there such a thing as goat meat?
We've got, I don't know.
Huh.
Probably somewhere they eat goat.
Has anybody ever tasted goat?
I'm not saying slaughter like to eat. It's just like slaughter like to...
For fun?
Get rid of... No, just to get rid of them.
Okay. For fun. Sorry.
For sport.
For sport. Passengers on a British Airways flight from Texas to London said they had to leave their seats in mid-flight when a scorpion was spotted loose on the plane. That's right. No more scorpions on a plane. It was unclear if the Scorpion was a stowaway or had escaped from a container during transit. Flight attendants couldn't find it and had to move everyone in the area. It was spotted to empty seats scattered across the plane. Lucky they had some. British Airways said no one was injured in the Scorpion incident. Ooh.
That's one of the creepiest insects for me. They just wig me out so bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go live to the control tower.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Scorpions. All right. One more.
Maybe we ought to turn on the searchlights now.
Nope.
Nope. Maybe I'm afraid of scorpions because our mom was a Scorpio.
Oh, that's true.
It's true. Got to watch out for her.
All right.
A wedding photographer in the UK was taken to court by newlyweds over photos of their big day. The couple were horrified to find they had 96 pictures of their bridesmaids, including close-up shots of cleavage and butts, and only 11 of the actual groom. More than a third of the photos were out of focus. The photographer refunded the couple for the photos after they sued him.
Ooh.
Only after they sued him.
Oh. Huh.
Scott, were you the photography on that shoot?
Huh. No, it was this guy.
Hello, hot girl. Does anybody know where the massage parlor is? High five. High five. Anybody? High five.
Yep.
Oh, no.
It was not me. But here's a customer who walked away with $1,100 cash in a bread bag after a mishap at a bakery in the UK. In a moment of distraction, cash was taken out of the register and placed in a brown paper bag to be moved to a safe. It was placed near other bags, and a staff member grabbed it without noticing what was inside and put it in a loaf of bread and sold it.
Put a loaf of bread in the bag and
With
sold
the
it
money.
to the guy.
Yeah, surprise.
Wow. And I would imagine it didn't get returned.
No.
Probably why we never win. We never win because you are fat.
Oh.
Oh.
Ow. From all that bread, I bet.
Oh. Well, let's go to Florida.
Woohoo.
In Florida, Altamont Springs woman has been arrested after police say she pulled a gun in a McDonald's drive-thru. Police say officers were called to the McDonald's for a report of a woman with a gun in her hand. Officers detained Amari Hendricks and spoke with employees. Police say Hendricks thought she was, what? Entitled to a free cookie.
Entitleitis, which is a lot like diabetes. Here's what the cop had to say when he drew his gun.
Put that cookie down now!
Best sound effect yet.
And this one kind of goes along with it, too.
Probably why we never win. We never win because you are fat.
One more time.
Put that cookie down
now! Woman in Germany called police at around 1 a.m. because she was desperately in need of cigarettes. When the cops showed up, it wasn't to deliver a carton of smokes. It was to hand her a citation for abusing the 911 services system. Here's what the cop who kissed her had to say.
She tastes like cigarettes.
What? What'd you say?
She tastes like cigarettes.
I tried calling them for a similar thing. I'm like, could you pick me up a bottle of wine? Just stop by. You're going right by this place anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, back at Snidely's not-so-secret hideout.
Last one's all you?
Oh, yeah. Let's go to Thailand now. A woman there started out celebrating her 19th birthday, but then ended the day in a cell charged with, among other things, assault with a pair of tweezers. The woman was celebrating her birthday with a friend when they began to argue. She hit the man several times and then stabbed him in the thigh with her tweezers.
Huh. It was okay. They were itty-bitty tweezers. Hold on. Live to the scene? Yes.
Now, come on, stab, not tickle. Hit me.
Stab, not tickle. Okay.
Ken, you've said that to many of your girlfriends.
Come on, stab, not tickle.
Hit me.
Oh, no! We suck again!
That's right, but that is our show for today. Let's see, coming up tomorrow, it's Mike Bentz joining me, plus we're going to have some guests. We're going to have Catherine Patton at 8:45 from the Cheweel Center for the Arts talking about a new play that's coming up and auditions for that play. By the way, it's 9 to 5. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Working 9 to 5.
See, you're going to go try out, Val? Your part, you could do it. You could do it.
Oh.
Yeah, go try out. Yeah. All right. So we'll have details on that as well. 8 o'clock joining us, Larry Fetterman, going to be talking about Parks and Recreation in Cheweel. That's all on tomorrow's show right here at 7:20 in the morning on KCHW 102.7. Other than that, big thank you to my sister for showing up and being so darn funny.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be back.
You make it look easy, though. All right? That's all I'm saying.
We just can riff off each other. Just fun.
There you go. All right, sister, love you. Thanks for being here. And you have a great day. Keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. Peace out.
Peace out.
You gave the Vulcan hand sign.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Live long and prosper.
All right. Oh, she's using both hands. Huh? She put it down.
Put that cookie down now!
Something else you can do.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to Mama.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Cheweel. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Cheweel Flooring. Cheweel Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet,